All right, we'll bring the meeting of the zoning board of appeals to order. Record of attendance, looks like we're all here. We will start out with pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Article 3, we'll do approval of agenda.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, carries. Article 4, we'll, if there's acknowledgement of any visitors. I do believe we are all business here, so we'll leave it at that. Anybody online? No online, so we'll move right into Article 5, case number 22-3714, Walmart.
Do you want to start with the staff?
Yeah, let's do staff presentation first.
So we have application for temporary storage outside of the Walmart at 5859 28th Street. Eric was our applicant. He's the manager at Walmart. Can put the site plan over here. He's looking to place them on the south side of the building. Here's some more close up. Some of my comments when looking at section 418, we can look at the setbacks that are within the closest trailers to 28th Street are 65 feet back from 28th Street. So he would be 65 feet is what is planned, and that meets the setback for the required minimum setback of 60 feet on an arterial street. He's looking to have them stored for 90 days to meet some supply chain demand needs for the store. The building official and fire department both looked at the plans as well. The building official would like to see a building permit come through just to make sure they're anchored properly. And the fire department didn't see any issues because the ingress and egress wasn't blocked in any way for flow, and he didn't see any other issues. That's kind of the main points. And then my recommendation would be to allow for the temporary storage, so to approve the requested variance.
If I'm hearing you right, you said the building department wants to make sure they're anchored properly.
Yes, for like
they trying to make them-
wind, and his notes say
A
that.
steel cargo.
I think when
And for
they,
drainage.
when they're above a certain square footage, it's required to meet a building permit and building code requirements. So they're large enough that they have to go through that process.
All right. Any other questions of staff? All right, hearing none, we'll listen to the applicant. We'll go from there. Anything you wish to add, name and address for the record, please.
Thank you for seeing me today. My name is Eric Hooker. I'm the store manager of the 28th Street Walmart. Here today to get a storage container permit to hold what is an excessive amount of inventory coming my way or already is in my building. We've tried to make preemptive steps to prevent this from happening, including closing down parts of the garden center early to put storage containers where we have prior authorization to do so. Currently have 6 inside the lawn and garden area. And we've already made some steps to try to remove more flowers so that we can contain another 10 inside the building. That's still not going to be enough based on our freight flow from suppliers coming to us. The supplier of our temporary containers is A1 Storage. I'm being told that it has a dry weight of 11,000 pounds. He's saying that that should not, or that he hasn't ever seen them anchored to the ground, as it would take about a wind gust of over 130 miles an hour to move those. But I do have him looking into anchor them so that I could be compliant in every way possible. He's not certain that he's ever seen it done, but we are looking into ways to anchor them. But they're 11,000 pounds dry, and then we're going to put things inside there, which will make them even heavier. I appreciate your time and seeing me in this special meeting, and I'd be glad to answer any other questions. But the supply chain opportunities are real for us through the end of COVID and now. To a point where a few days ago, there was an article on CNN about how Target and companies like Walmart and Gap and a few other companies are even thinking about paying customers to keep their returned items because we're having such a problem with merchandise. So
Does that work with cars?
I don't know. But yeah, it's been a challenge to try to contain them in a safe manner within the confines of the store itself.
Okay.
Quick question. I'm sorry, is it Mr. Hooker?
Yes.
Mr. Hooker?
Yes.
Will there be specific times you'll be going back and forth moving goods, or is it just going to kind of be when you need them, when you see a low point in the store, you got to go out to the trailer?
So for the most part, we receive our GM deliveries or general merchandise goods at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We typically get that truck unloaded by 4 to 6. So there would be some movement after 6 o'clock, more like 7, because that team goes to lunch from 6 to 7. So around 7 o'clock at night-ish. And then we set perimeter alarms at night. So around 3 o'clock in the morning would probably be the other traffic time to and from those containers. They will be locked and under surveillance as well.
Yeah, that's good. And I was just wondering how much, pedestrian or customer traffic might be going in that area when you're moving things. I know you'd be careful, but I was just curious that if you had designated times or if it was just going to be, kind of ad hoc as you need it.
Yep, it'd be like afternoon-ish and then in the middle of the night.
Yeah, pretty scheduled.
All right.
And
Appreciate
it would be, for the most part, hand jacks. There wouldn't be any like power equipment, forklift or anything going back and forth. from there.
Okay. Good. That's good to know.
Yes, sir.
Will that parking area still be open for general traffic use?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
That's my shortcut to get to the.
Yes. That's actually my car parked to the left of the,
Okay.
so, yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I would entertain a motion.
Well, I move going to public hearing.
Second. Motion and support to open public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. We are in open public comment. Or open public hearing.
Did you receive anything, Madison?
I did not know.
Anyone online?
Move to close public hearing.
Second. Motion and support to close public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. We have closed it. We'll bring it back to the commission for discussion.
I make a motion to approve the variance as requested for the temporary outdoor storage for 90 days. This makes a lot of sense, and I can sympathize with businesses in Walmart, what they're going through. And I think they're going to take every precaution in terms of pedestrian traffic. So I would move to recommend I move to approve the variance.
Second. Motion and support for approval of the variance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Article 6, any other business?
Just that I think we do have an item for our July zoning board meeting, which will be July 12.
Just to tag on that one item earlier, I'm really curious to know what, from a building perspective, if you guys can just let us know what do they deem anchored?
So I don't know if they'll need to be anchored or not. We leave that up to the building inspectors, obviously. We just require that they need to get a building permit, and whatever that looks like, we'd leave to the building department then to figure out.
And
So I don't know the
and that's the
specifics.
size driven because of our
Correct. Once it's over a certain size, I
200
forget if
square
it's-
feet.
Yeah, or for
Okay.
commercial, I think it's a little smaller even. So
Okay.
once it's over that, that's when it just at least has to get a building permit.
I'm curious from the standpoint of, speaking of construction standpoint, obviously there's a lot of people using cargo for getting product early during construction stages, i.e. hotels, retail buildings, stuff like that. Is that something that the building department is tracking on a detailed basis, or is it just when it becomes available to them?
Yeah, just so I guess when either our department or building department's aware of it, I've had some of our inspectors mention that to me before. Hey, there's some containers in whatever parking lot, do they have zoning approval for that? And when we're aware of it, that's where they then would make sure that they're getting this temporary use approval.
Okay.
And then usually, depending again on the size of the container, some are small enough where they don't require, but the larger ones are supposed to go through the building department as well.
Okay. All
So
right,
just to clarify, Aaron, on your question, so the variance doesn't mandate or not, tethering it down, that's up to the building.
Correct. They just have to receive a building
Sure,
permit.
gotcha. That's it. Okay, thanks.
okay. Article 7. Entertain a motion.
Make a
Move to adjourn.
motion, dismiss.
Motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you, Mr.
9 minutes.
Now we started actually 2 minutes early.
That was a good move. Good